Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome back to another Game of Thrones video, and today we're going to continue our little mini-series on secrets and clues hidden within Game of Thrones. You guys seem to enjoy the last video, so I figured we'll do it again. So let's jump right in. The next 10 hidden clues and secrets in Game of Thrones. Alright, so let's jump right in, and number 1, Lord of the Rings. Jon Snow's best friends at the Wall have the same names as Frodo's pals in Lord of the Rings. Frodo's Hobbit pals were Sam and Pip, and of course in Game of Thrones Season 1 when Jon Snow heads to the Wall, his best friends quickly become Sam and Pip. And number 2, H.P. Lovecraft. George R. Martin has stated many times that he is a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft's work, especially the Cthulhu mythos. So of course he included it in A Song of Ice and Fire. Theon Greyjoy's people, the Ironborn, worship the so-called drowned god. The prayers during the religious rituals begin with "What is dead may never die," which parallels the prayer in Lovecraft's writing, "That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die." Cthulhu is also a squid-like creature, and of course the symbol for House Greyjoy is the Kraken, which is essentially the same thing. Number 3, Joffrey's sword name. When Joffrey is presented with a Valyrian steel sword wedding present, many people in the crowd shout out suggestions for a name. One of which was Stormbringer, which was the name of the sword wielded by the albino emperor in Michael Moorcock's fantasy books. Another suggestion was Terminus, and Terminus S is the name of the executioner's blade carried by Severian in the 1980 series The Book of the New Sun. Of course, Joffrey, ever the keyboard warrior, went with Widow's Wail and never had a chance to use it, thank the gods. Number 4, Lena Headey trolled us about Oberyn Martell's death 2 months before it happened. Now we all know that Oberyn Martell, played by Pedro Pascal, suffered a crushing defeat, literally, at the hands of the Mountain. But 2 months before we sat in front of our TVs with our jaws on the floor, Lena Headey posted this Instagram photo, which of course spelled out the impending doom of Oberyn Martell. Number 5, Littlefinger predicts all the major deaths in Season 4 in one sentence. Now Littlefinger is gone as of Game of Thrones Season 7, but he may have been a bit of a prophet. While trying to console Robb and Arryn after his mother Lysa had a meeting with the Moon Door, Littlefinger says,
"People die at their dinner tables, they die in their beds, they die squatting over their chamber pots.
Everyone dies sooner or later." In that one sentence, he predicted the deaths of King Joffrey, Shae, and Tywin Lannister. Number 6, George R. R. Martin doesn't want to pull a Lost. George R. R. Martin has reportedly said that he doesn't want to pull a Lost when he ends Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire. Of course, he's referring to the TV show Lost, which, like most people, he liked until its disappointing finale. So it's no coincidence that the Dothraki word for lost means disappointed. Number 7, The Princess Bride. The trial by combat on behalf of Tyrion between Oberyn Martell, aka the Red Viper, and the Mountain nods to the battle between Spanish swordsman Inigo Montoya and Count Rugen in The Princess Bride. Both Inigo and Oberyn were obsessed with revenge. And when Inigo meets the man who murdered his father, Inigo tells him, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." And of course, during his sword fight with the Mountain, Oberyn shouts, "You raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children," and kept taunting the Mountain even after he beat him. Unfortunately, Oberyn had to keep talking shit and got too close to the Mountain, who lay dying, and it didn't work out so well. Number 8, The Muppets and Sesame Street. George R. R. Martin is known for throwing out subtle references to other TV shows throughout the books A Song of Ice and Fire, and the Muppets and Sesame Street are no exception. In the latest example, in the new book Fire and Blood, we hear of Kermit Tully of Riverrun, who he describes as green as summer grass. And for a little Sesame Street reference, his brother was named Oscar, who was, quote, still greener and, quote, cursed with a prickly pride so common in Second Sons. Obviously a reference to Oscar the Grouch. Number 9, Sam the Slayer. Our beloved Samwell Tarly of the Night's Watch is not the first of his name. We also learn in the latest book Fire and Blood of a savage Sam Tarly who wielded a Valyrian steel sword by the name of Heartsbane. Yes, this is the very same sword that our current Sam has when he stole it from his father Randall Tarly, but the original savage Sam carried Heartsbane during the reign of King Aenys I Targaryen and slew many Dornishmen while hunting for a rebel called the Vulture King. It was said that the sword was stained red from the blood of countless Dornishmen. So our current Sam's nickname, Sam the Slayer, is also a little shout out to his ancestor of the same name. And number 10, Got in the Real World. Game of Thrones has now penetrated modern pop culture and around the world. There are many phrases in the Got universe that are now in the modern vernacular, such as "it is known," implying something is fact, or things like "oh my sweet summer child," referring to someone that doesn't know any better, and even Valar Morghulis and Dracarys. And on top of that, in the modern culture, babies named after Game of Thrones characters have risen steadily since the show started airing in 2011. Game of Thrones is now referenced in many other TV shows and is now fully ingrained in the pop culture. Anyway guys, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this, please check out my previous video, which should be popping up in the corner right now, where we have other Game of Thrones secrets and clues hidden throughout the show. And let me know what you think in the comments below. How many of these did you know? And as usual, thank you for all the support, especially to you guys on Patreon. And a huge shout out to my executive Patreon SmokeScreen producers, Hoonjive, D. Brown, Aaron Hadbig, Lala Gig, Will Ray, Joey White, Mike Colton, Doc Holliday, Anastasia, Carol Brown, Gaska, Craig Boone, Lisa Phillips, Faramir Sixskins, Alfred Boycemeyer, Lo Horton, Legal Jedi, and John Carey. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support, and to everyone on YouTube as well. And if you dig what I do here, please give these videos a like, comment, and a share. And of course, be sure to subscribe to get everything, and click that notification bell so you're notified when I drop a new video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.